To be honest, this is very simple to understand the logic. You don't have to memorize anything, but this is the way we calculate our maximum profit in a limiting factor situation. Okay, shall we move to the B part? Okay, shall we move to the B part?
All right.
Okay, good. So we're gonna take this so we can see all that. Right. So the 6B says, using the previous example, which is 6A, Neil Limited is now able to buy in the product at the following costs. Products per unit, purchase price is 24.21. What is the revised production schedule and the maximum profit earned? If you look at this additional information, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind?
Make or buy.
Make or buy. Excellent. Make or buy comes to your mind. 1 second, let me pick this call. Okay, sorry, I have my staff downstairs. They're trying to prepare the payroll, so I'm giving them support. So that's why we have this call sometimes. Okay, so shall we move? Okay, so 6A is understood, isn't it? Yeah? Okay, so 6A is exclusively limiting factor decision. So 6B, when we read the 6B part, the first thing that should come to our mind is make or buy. So they're trying to mix limiting factor with make or buy decision. Okay, so that's why they've given us the, how to call it, the value for the purchase price. Okay, the values for the purchase price. Good. So we're going to go and open a new sheet and then we call it 6B. Okay, so we just click on the plus. We have sheet 5 as a default. We double click over it and type EG 6B dot, and we go there. So they are asking us about the revised production schedule and the maximum profit earned. Okay, so we already got this. We already got this. We don't have to go and type again. So let me, in fact, make it bold so that it can look nice. Okay, so I'm gonna make it bold. Just watch me. Right, so I'm gonna center it over this space. So I make it bold. I am going to march, and I'm gonna center it, and I'm going to make the font white over white background. It's not visible, so I'm gonna make it a blue background so that it can become visible. I'm going to increase the font size to 18, so it looks like this. Okay, so we're going to use the same format here on our profitability statement, but we're going to change the background a bit. So if we want to use the same format, we don't have to go and start afresh. So we just click on this, and then we use the paintbrush, the paint format. We click on it once, and we come and click here. So once we click, look at it. It has done that for us. But this time around, we don't want a blue background, but we need only blue text on white background. So we go to format, we remove the background, we reset it. We cannot see it because it's white on white. So we're going to go and change the font color to blue instead, so that we can have this. Is this not nice? Okay. Presentation is very, very important. Okay. Presentation is very, very important. So we're going to go and use the same thing here. So on B, we're going to link it. On B2, we're going to say equals. We link it here. We enter. So nil limited will appear. Okay, for the profitability statement, we're going to say a revised one. So we can only copy what is here and then we add revise here. We click on it, copy. We go back and click inside the formula bar. We say paste and we add revised here. Okay, these are fast ways of doing things. We don't have to start typing again when it's already there. Okay, so now if we want to use the same format as we have here, simply we'll just come here, click this. We use the paintbrush. We come here and apply the paintbrush. We go back here. We want this format, click on it. Click on the paintbrush. We go back here and apply. Okay, simple. You can do work within few seconds. Fast, fast, fast. Okay, is that clear? Are you following me?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, good. So, so let's do our revised maximum profit statement. Okay. Now, the first thing we do is we have to analyze. They're asking us if there is a buying price that is given like this. What will be our maximum profit? Now we have, at first, the first part we did is we don't have any option of buying from an outsider. But this time around, we have an option of buying from an outsider. That's why they have given us external purchase price. So what do? We have to analyze which ones do we make and which ones do we buy. Okay, so we can do that analysis easily. Okay, so we have our product. I'm going to put them here, M and N. So just like we've done yesterday, we're going to say variable costs of making, and we're going to say external purchase price. External purchase price. Okay, so we have our external purchase price, and then we have our variable cost of making. So what are our variable cost of making, please, class? Answer the question for M and for N.
16 and 15.
Okay, 16 and 15. Excellent. According to the question, our total variable cost is 16 for M and 15 for N. Excellent. So what about our external purchase price as per the question? We can make this
24.
to the right. Okay, so our external purchase price is 24 and what?
21.
21. Excellent. So the decision, we're going to do our decision rule based on the formula we used yesterday. So can someone help us with the formula, the if formula we did yesterday? The if formula. You want to help us, Rabiatu? Rabiatu Ba? You were in yesterday's class, weren't you? Rabiatu? Can someone help us with our if formula? Mariama Haidara. Mariama, can you help us with the formula? We did it yesterday, didn't we?
Let me try.
You want to try?
Yes, let me try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Jungle. All right, let me try.
Okay, Nima, you want to try? Okay, go ahead, Nima.
Equals to if
IF.
If bracket open.
Bracket opens.
Let me see.
Let me say here, I know you'll continue, but let me say here, once you start a formula, in Google Sheet, there will be a little question mark that will display, just like here. So what that means is available to give you help. Okay. So once you click on it, it will give you help. Look at it. It tells you everything about the formula. Okay, as you can see here, if you want to learn more, you can even click this, and it will tell you more and more and more and more. Can you see the function, the way it works, and so on? Can you see? And they will give you an example of how it works. Okay, right. So yes, so Nima equals if bracket opens.
E5.
E5, which is the make price.
Is less than.
Okay, we use the less than sign.
E6.
E6.
Comma. You purchase.
So I type you purchase, huh?
No, type purchase.
Should I just type purchase like that? What should I do before typing purchase?
You put it in inverted comma.
Which one, single or double?
Double.
Mind you, there are two inverted commas. We have single and we have double. And if you are typing the inverted commas, don't ever type the single inverted comma twice to represent double inverted comma. It won't work. So you type the double inverted comma once. Okay, right?
You purchase.
I put purchase.
Yes.
So I type purchase, yeah? Should I type purchase or make? Look at your make properly. If it is less, if make is less, should you purchase or you should make?
You make.
There you go, Nima. Look at the formula properly. M-A-K-E. Okay? And what should I do again?
Close the inverted comma.
Close the inverted comma.
That's where I stop.
I like that. You've gone far. Who can continue from there, please?
Okay, let me help her.
Ibrahima? Or okay, sorry, Janko. Janko wanted to continue, yes. Janko, I know you were hiding, you were trying to eat plenty so that you don't feel hungry. You are Jeta Kunanka, so I think you should be fine.
I went for lunch, no?
Yes, I know you must go for lunch. For me here, I was just saying subhanallah. I did not eat anything. I took my coffee.
I saw you with your coffee.
Coffee is just water.
Okay.
Let's move from there.
Comma.
Okay, comma,
Double inverted comma.
Double inverted comma.
Buy.
I type buy,
Yes.
B-U-Y,
Another double inverted comma to close it.
Another double inverted comma close,
Then close the bracket.
I close the bracket. Look at it. Once I close the bracket, it will give me in the background, even before entering make. That tells you that your formula is correct. And once you close the bracket, that thing that appears here, your brother who was trying to guide you has disappeared. Look at it. Before closing the inverted comma, look at it. The question mark is still here. So once you close the question mark, it has disappeared because it is saying, okay, I've done my job. I've disappeared. Okay? So this is correct, but let's understand the rationale behind it. I explained this yesterday and I will explain it again. If, as you can see, is a simple conditional formula. Please take note of this. And you can apply this in a lot of instances. If you're going to prepare your ledger account will always have your debit and your credit. Let's say you prepare your cash book. You'll have your debit, you have your credit, and you have your balance column. Okay? You know, in a cash book, if you enter a debit entry, what should that have on your balance?
You said what?
If you enter a debit entry on your cash book, what effect should that have on your balance?
It will increase.
It will increase it. Brilliant. And if you enter a credit entry, what should happen to your balance?
It decreases.
It will decrease. Why, if you enter a debit balance, it will increase your cash book balance? Why?
Because
not-
cash book have debit balance.
Sorry?
Because a cash book has a debit balance.
Cash book by default has a debit balance. Why has it got a debit balance? Because it is an asset. By default, assets, expenses have a debit balance. So that if you pass a debit entry, it will increase them, and if you pass a credit entry, it will reduce them. By default, liabilities, equity, and revenue or income have got a credit balance. If you pass a debit entry, it will reduce them, and if you pass a credit entry, it will increase them. You have to know this before you can become an accountant. You have to. There's no two ways to it. Okay? I'm not teaching you financial accounting, but I mean, these are some of the things that can come by your way. Very, very important. You have to know. So if you are going to model your cash book, if you're going to prepare your default cash book on spreadsheet, simply you can set a formula just like this, a simple if formula on the balance column of your cash book, so that each time you enter a debit entry, cash book balance will automatically add that to the previous balance, and it will give you a balance. If you enter a credit entry, cash book will automatically take the previous balance and then deduct that credit entry from there. Okay, with a simple if formula. Okay, so you have to know how the if formula works. So the way if formula works is we always start a formula in Excel in spreadsheet with an equals. You say equals if, okay, E5 less than sign E6. What is E5? E5 is the variable cost of making. So you're saying if the variable cost of making is less than the purchase price, naturally, if that is the case in this make or buy decision, what should you do? You make. So the first part, okay, because this is the condition itself. The second part is what to do if the condition is true. And then the last part is what to do if the condition is false. So what is the condition? If the variable cost of making is less than the purchase price, what should you do? Return make. Okay? Return make means give me the answer make. And in order to return text in a formula in spreadsheet, whatever you wanted to return must be prefixed with double inverted comma open and double inverted comma close. Okay? And the last part of the formula, what to do if the condition is not true. What is the condition? If the variable cost of making is less than the variable cost of, if the variable cost of making is less than the purchase price. If that is not the case, then that means the variable cost is greater than the purchase price, then in that case, it is buying. You could start the other way around as well. Okay, I hope you understood this concept. Please, 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 you must be able to understand formulas like this. Not a lot of people understand it, unfortunately. Not a lot of even qualified people. Okay, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to brag, but this is the truth. I have trained almost all the major institutions in this country from 2011 till to date. When you organize your trainings, you are really surprised, you know, how deficient our Excel knowledge is in this country. Okay? And you cannot succeed as an accountant if you are deficient in your spreadsheet knowledge. Okay? So I always tell you people, students of this semester and the previous semester, you were the luckiest. you know, I've been lecturing at UTG since 2011. Of course, we usually have separate Excel, you know, classes after the end of semester, 1 or 2, you know, usually not more than 2, you know, but in your own case, it's every class. So please make the best use of it. You are not only here to learn the management accounting stuff, but the spreadsheet knowledge as well. So make the best use of it, okay? All right, so this is the way the simple works. Then we enter and then we replicate. I hope I'm clear in whatever I'm saying, yeah? Okay, so what is the decision? The decision is to make and to make, because as you can see, it is cheaper to make in M and it is cheaper to make in N. But my question is it possible to make both M and N? Is it possible? Is it possible to make the whole of M, that's 600 units, and the whole of N, 500 units? Is it possible?
No.
It's not possible. Why? Why is it not possible?
Because they have limited number of hours that are available to produce.
Yes, because we have limited machine hours. Simple. Okay? So because of that, we were able to make the ones that had got the best, you know, use of the scarce resource as per 6A, and then what's going to happen to the remaining? The remaining, unfortunately, well, fortunately, we have to buy. Okay, so that's exactly what we are trying to do here. So we're going to make the rest. So there's just one statement that I want to, I think 1 or 2 lines. I'm gonna type it here. So I'm going to do that, and afterwards we're going to do our revised statement. So what that statement is saying is simply what we are discussing, and that is, we know, of course, that ideally we are supposed to make all the units of M&N, but then because we have limited hours of 5,000, you know, we need 6,300 units. So because of that, we cannot make. We have to make the ones that are cost beneficial in terms of the machine hours, and the remaining, of course, we have to buy it from an external supplier, because we cannot take part of the order. Somebody cannot come and say, I want 500 units, 500 or 600 units. I say, no, I can do only 467 or 400 and something. No, he's not gonna like it. So what you have to do will depend on you internally. So the ones your internal systems or your internal capacity can accommodate is what you will do internally, and the remaining you have to buy it from outside to make sure that the order is as required. Okay, is that clear? So I'm going to type exactly what I've just said in a different way. So I'll just say, based on the above comparison, based on the based on the above comparison of products should be made internally, but due to limited plant capacity, only 437 units can be produced. Only 437 units can be produced as per 6a. As per 6a, comma. Therefore, in order to fulfill, therefore, in order to fulfill the demand for M, in order to fulfill the demand for M, the remaining, in order to fulfill the demand for M, the remaining 163. 163 is the difference between 600 and 437, yeah? The remaining 167 units will have to be bought. Remaining 163 units will have to be bought in. Okay, will have to be bought in. Okay, we enter. So if we enter, look at it, it has gone all over the place. So we want to control it. How do we control it? We're going to click on the area we want to control it, where we want the text to be. Okay, so we click on here, which is B10. We want it to go up to only F10. So we highlight that. We click on B10 to F10. We're going to merge. So we're going to merge those cells. If we merge those cells, it's here, but it's not visible. So we need to make sure it is visible. How do we make it visible? First, we merge, and then we ensure that it is aligned to the left. And then we can go to our format and wrap it. You know, if you go to buy sugar from your shopkeeper, if the shopkeeper gives you sugar, you cannot take it like that. Okay? The shopkeeper has to wrap it in something so that you can be able to contain it. Okay? So it's the same wrapping here. If the text is all over the place, you cannot contain it, you wrap it. So you always wrap in a container. In our own case, this is a container. So we wrap it in this container so that it can nicely fit in there instead of going all over the place. Okay? So we wrap it and we expand it a bit. Okay? Is that clear, everybody? So this is the notes we've got on this one. Then now we can go and do our revised profit maximization statement. So we have the heading here. We don't have to do any more heading. Okay. Are you following? Are you following, class?
Yes, we are.
Excellent. So so we're going to say contribution for N and M as per 6A. Okay, contribution for N and M as per 6A. We're going to bring it forward here because it's already calculated. It's already calculated. So we need to get it from here. We need to get it from here. So the contribution for N and M are here. It's these two. Okay, so we need to bring it forward. Now I'm here. Can someone give me the formula that I need to enter here so I can be able to add these two here? Okay. Now I'm trying to challenge you to be able to be proficient in your spreadsheet knowledge. Adese, you are with us since the start of the day. So help us, Adese, with this now. Can you tell us the formula that we need to put here under the sheet called EG6B F12 so that we add on a different sheet called EG6A F31 and F32? Adese? If you don't give us the answer, you'll have to sing the song that sounds your name, yeah?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
The question, yes. So if you're following, we're saying that we are trying to use 6A, question 6A, part of 6A, to do our revised statement. So as such, we need the contribution that we have calculated already when we are doing 6A for N and M. We need them to be added on this single cell here. So we want a single formula here that we can put here so we can add these two.
To add the formulas for the products.
Yes.
For
So we have two
N and
options.
M.
We can add on this, which is a lot saver, or we can just use this one. But it's a lot saver to add them here, just in case you make mistake to do this calculation here. Okay, so it's safer to add the ones that have been calculated here. Okay, so I hope you understand the question now, Adese.
Yeah.
Okay, can you try, please?
The formula.
Yes, the formula.
Equals
to equals, yes.
Sum. 6. I think you have to go to the other slide, 6A.
But I first have to open the bracket, yeah?
Yeah, open bracket, yeah, sure.
Okay, open bracket. Then I go to 6A. Yes.
You said you're finding the total for the.
Yes, the total for F
contribution.
F31 and F32.
F1.
No, F31.
Okay. F31.
I click on F31.
Then you have to click on F31 and then F32.
Okay, after clicking F1, I should just go and click F32.
Yes, plus.
No, before clicking F32, I should do something.
I
do a column, yeah? Column.
Column, yeah, column, yeah.
Okay, I do a column.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
after doing a column, I click on F32.
F32, yeah.
Okay, I click on F32, or I just type F32. Okay, so that straight away that gives me this. Okay, so let's understand the way the calculation is done here. When we look at our formula bar, look at our formula bar here. Our formula bar, when we look at it, it says equal sum, single inverted comma, open, e.g. space 6A dot single inverted comma close. Then you have exclamation mark F31 to F32. What that means is the first part inside this bracket, exclamation, single inverted comma open, up to where the exclamation mark ends is the name of the worksheet, that is this 6A. Okay, because we are using different worksheet in our calculation, so the worksheet name will be prefixed with a single inverted comma open, single inverted comma close, then immediately followed by an exclamation mark. Wherever you see that it is referring to the worksheet, it's giving you the worksheet name. Okay, and then the F31 to F32 is the cell reference in that worksheet. Okay, so that gave us a total of this. Excellent. Good. So now we've got our, how to call it, we've got our addition, that is this, 7,500 for N, and 10,488 for M. So now what we should do is to add our contribution for the 163 units that remains of M. Okay, so we say contribution or 163 units of M. Okay? Because it is the 163 units that we are going to buy. Okay? So can someone give us the contribution of 163? First, tell us how we're going to calculate it, and then you give us the formula. Wait, let me see. Let me try to catch someone else. I want to make sure everybody participates. This is very, very important for our life. And I am so, I don't know, disappointed why the rest of the class are not attending. I have only 15 active members here. I don't know why they are not attending. I have no idea. I know that the class is definitely more than 15. So if they depend on the video, fine, you can watch the video, fine, but it cannot be as effective as when you are in class. It can never be the same. So please tell them that they are missing a lot. They are seriously missing a lot. Okay? So they need to attend class. No matter what, they need to attend class. It's very, very, very important that they attend class. Okay? Sajo Binjai. Sajo, are you with us? Sajo, are you with us?
Yes, Mr. Fofana.
You are. Excellent. That yes was very sharp. I'm sure you had your lunch, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Good, good. So Sajo, yes, can you help us if you are following? We want to calculate the contribution for the remaining 163 units of M that we have to buy from an outsider.
Mr. Fofana, I don't understand that part.
You don't understand that part? Yes, deliberately. I try to catch you because you are very, very quiet. So which part did you understand? You were not in last class, were you?
No, I was absent last class.
You need to be present in this class. To be honest, I'm not saying that this is the most important class from your UTG. I can't be able to judge that. I don't know what others are doing, but I am seriously telling you that my classes are very, very relevant for your life. Ask the students that have passed through this, they will tell you. Okay? It's so important because what I give you is not your academic knowledge only, but I give you the practical knowledge, and I use tools that you are going to use for the rest of your life if you are going to stay as an accountant. Okay? So please don't joke with it at all. Don't joke with it. And like I said, I'm seriously disappointed with an attendance of 15. I don't know. I don't know what the others are doing. How to call it? Dumbuya and Ibrahim, I think you need to find out. They are really missing a lot. They are really missing a lot. My subject, MA3, is not a subject that is to pass and have A+ or C31. Okay? My subject is really beyond that. Okay? I try to do I try to go all the way out to give you the best examples. I try to go all the way out to give you the best tool to use. So an attendance like 15 is seriously disappointing. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Is it that they don't have credit or what? What's the problem? Or the class is only 15? Because usually it's not more than 20. Dumbuya, Ibrahim, can you tell us, what's the problem? Why do you think others are not coming?
Yeah, Mr. Fofana, maybe after we will discuss in the group and see, what is the cause, why many of them are not attending.
And to be honest, like I said, if we agree on a class, even if 2 people come, I'll go ahead with it.
Yeah, so, after this class, we will make our findings, me and Dumbia, and see what happened, either whether they are not having credit or not. But we will make our findings and get back to you.
But I think, do you think it's still providing? Because what I understood from from some of you is that the credit is going to be provided up to 31st of January. Is that not the case?
It's not yet.
Yeah, you are. They have to send the credit during the exam period.
Yeah. So if that is the case, why are they not attending? Why are they not attending? But anyway, it's up to them. I'm just worried that they're not attending, to be honest, because I think the class is important. I don't know whether the way I'm seeing it is the same way you are seeing it, but I think it's really important that they attend. But anyway, just like you said, you have to.
What I said before, students, this is a culture in us that, we always learn to pass exams. Some people will, but when you say maybe next week is exams, you will see if you conduct a final class, that class, it will be full. It will be up to 60 to 75. So
Okay.
I don't know. That culture has to be out of us.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. So we're going to proceed.
Let me try.
Yes, Umar. So just give me 1 minute. I just want to catch the rest of the people who are quiet. Ibrahima Toure. Ibrahima, are you with us? Ibrahima? Hi, Ibrahima. Are you with us? Okay, Makam is another one. I saw your text. You are asking everybody what has been covered yesterday and so on and so on. Where did you go, Makam? Makam Jao?
Yesterday.
Hello, Makam. Are you with us? Mr. Jao, are you with us?
Yes, yesterday I didn't attend class, so I'm trying to catch up. Yes, I'm hearing you. I have poor connection anyway.
Well, why didn't you attend? Why didn't you had something more important than the class, or what?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm asking whether you had some engagements that are more important than the class.
I was out of strong internet connection in my...
I don't think it's an excuse when you talk about internet connectivity.
Have been more important than the class,
you have some of your friends
engaged.
You listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out. You have some of your friends that are working that have good internet. I'm sure after work and weekends they can be able to accommodate you. You understand? So I mean, find out if you know your area there is no good connection there. Go to someone who has good connection. Go to a relative, go to a friend, go to a classmate. The good thing with us in the Gambia is everybody is related. We all know each other, so we can use each other's facility easily. Okay. So please, that should not be an excuse. That should not be an excuse. Okay. So do you understand what we are doing today? Can you tell me what to do? When we wanted to calculate the contribution for the remaining 163. Can you take us through, Makam?
The contribution.
Yes, the contribution for the remaining 163 that we have to buy from an external supplier.
I will not avoid it. I will have to.
You have to? Hello, Makam?
I cannot avoid it. Let me. Hello, I'm getting you.
Okay, yeah. Tell us what you know.
Let me see if I can do something.
Yes, tell us now. It has to be now, please.
Okay. 163 units.
Yes.
And do you have a selling price?
You are asking me?
Yes.
No, Makam, you have to be serious, man. You can't ask me whether I have selling price. Don't you have the question before you? I'm not asking myself, but I'm asking you.
No, I have one device.
You have only one device?
I have one device, so I do not.
Okay, fine. That's all right.
I used to have my
so
laptop
I think just to
on my phone, but today I'm using only my phone.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You've tried. Right. You are honest to say as it is. Right. So who can help, please? Umar, you want to come in?
Yes, Mr. Fofan.
Yes, Umar, go ahead.
Yes, I think it's supposed to be like this 163.
By the way, how do we arrive at this 163? Some people might say, oh, what is this 163 we are talking about? How do we arrive at the 163?
It's the 600 minus the 437 that we have already calculated.
Exactly. The 437 is what we have calculated because according to our optimal production planning, we can only produce 437 of M. Okay, so like I said, the remaining quantities, we cannot say that we cannot produce it because we don't have the capacity. So what do? We have to source that from an outside supplier. And the remaining quantities is the 163. The total budgeted sales units for this particular product is what? 600. So we are able to produce 437 in-house. So the remaining 600 minus 437 will have to be sourced from an external supplier. So that's the 163. Good, Umar, go ahead.
Now that 163, you have to multiply it with the contribution per unit.
Okay, and what is our contribution per unit?
That one also, it was calculated, it is 24 for M.
24 for M?
Yes.
Yes, I'm catching Umar now. I'm catching you. So is that 24 that we are going to use?
Let me see.
That 24 is the contribution per unit if you have to make.
If you have to make it.
Exactly. Yes.
So what we want to find is the contribution per unit if you have to.
By that one, I think it's what we calculated.
Okay, we need to calculate that. We need to calculate that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is going to be, I think, the selling price minus the variable cost.
The selling price minus the variable cost. And what is the selling price and what is the variable cost?
Now my tablet is flat. That's why I'm only using one device.
Okay, so you're also using one device. The one device is becoming an excuse, huh?
No, I know I cannot see the cursor at this moment. That's why.
Yeah, I think to avoid like instance of using one device, the best is if the notes have been shared, try to print them out. Yeah, try to print them out.
Yes, it's what I normally do, but today is not working day. That's why I don't have access to the one.
Yeah, that's all right. No problem. Okay, fine. So right, according to the question, the purchase price is given as 24 and 21. But what we need is for only M, because we don't have to purchase any units of N. We are able to produce everything internally for N. So the 163 we require is for M, and as such, we need the purchase price. And the purchase price will be the variable cost of buying, isn't it? And the selling price per unit for M is what? It's given in the question as what? As what?
24.
The selling price is given as 24?
40.
No. 40.
40.
Huh?
It's 40.
40, excellent. So we're going to do our formula here. You say equals 163 units multiplied by the difference, which is the contribution per unit. And how do we get that? We put in a bracket again. Okay, we say 40, which is the selling price per unit, minus what? 24, which is the purchase price per unit. Purchase price per unit will be the variable cost of purchasing per unit, isn't it? Then we close the bracket, then we enter. Okay? So that gives us 2,608. So that's the contribution for the 163 units. Okay. So we calculate our revised contribution. So we calculate our revised contribution. So we put a formula equals sum, bracket opens. We click here and drag and close. So our revised contribution is 20,596. Okay? So is that the end of the story? What else should we do? We want our revised profitability statement, isn't it? So what else should come here? What else should come here?
I think the fixed cost.
The fixed cost.
The fixed cost.
Because like I said, we cannot calculate profitability without considering fixed cost. So we have our fixed cost. So it's very simple. Since we already got it here, so let's link it here. So we can come here and link, we say equals, we go to 6A. Where is our fixed cost calculation? Our fixed cost is here. Where is it? Sorry, where is it? Yes, our fixed cost is here, so we can click, we enter. So fixed cost will be here. We don't have to type. Come on, we're going to run out of space. Okay. In exams, you can't do this because you are not going to do it on your computer, but in practice, you can do it. So the fixed cost that we're talking about here, is it going to be different from the fixed cost that we calculated on 6A? Is it going to be different?
No, it's going to be the same.
It's going to be the same. Excellent. So we bring it, we link it. How do we link it here again? We need to link that one also here. How do we link it here?
You can just...
Amadou, how do we link it? Amadou, are you with us?
Equals to.
Okay, we say equals to.
Equals to, and then, yes, I'm here.
Yes, we say equals to.
Go to, and then go to where fixed cost is. And then
okay, I go to 6A, and where fixed cost is, that's under F34. I just click on that, and then I'll enter. So we have linked it successfully, and then we can come and say revised profit. We can go and say revised profit. So how do we calculate our revised profit? We do the sum formula. So we can say equal sum, or this time around, I'll show you how to do the auto sum. So you could type the formula if you want, but you don't type anything, but you can just go for the auto sum. So if we want to use the auto sum function, we just click on where the answer is supposed to be, and then we go to our menu, okay? Our shortcut menu here that has got the Sigma. You know, those of, well, everybody here has done maths in one way or the other, except if you are a mature student. You know, you have to have a credit in maths before you can be able to do a degree in accounting. You know, so we've all done maths in one way or the other. So, and if you have done maths, you know that this function, the Sigma, they call it Sigma, is a function for sum. Okay, so once you click on that, it has given you a lot of other things, but the first one is the sum. So once you click on the Sigma, you select the sum. Now it's, look at it. Once you click the Sigma, select the sum, what it has done everything for you. It has given you the formula of the sum. Look at it, equal sum, and it has opened the bracket and closed the bracket. But now it doesn't want to predict which one you want to add because you have not selected anywhere. So now it's left to you to select the areas that you want to add simply. So you can just click on the first area that you want to, and then you can click, you can keep dragging until you come to the last one. And after doing that, you just enter. Once you enter, it has done that for you immediately. So our revised profit is 10,596. Our revised profit is 10,596.